여러분, do you see what's happening in South Korea right now? The impeachment movement has finally shifted to the conservative majority. This means unless there's a major unforeseen variable, President Yoon Suk-yeol's grand cleanup of South Korea has a high chance of being completed successfully. 발갱이, 민주당, 국주화. These forces that have been hindering the country's progress will soon be swept away. Because of these people, President Yoon Suk-yeol couldn't properly do what needed to be done. But now those tasks will resume, and South Korea will return to a normal path. I know that some of you may still feel uneasy. 민주당, with their ridiculous laws, pass them as if it's nothing. Breaking the law? That's just their baseline. On top of that, they're even crafting absurd laws to try and arrest the president. 전하에 장놈들 아닙니까? I fully understand your concerns, but let me assure you, President Yoon Suk-yeol's impeachment? That's never going to happen. This isn't arrogance or overconfidence. It's reality. But 여러분, we can't just let this moment pass us by. Starting today, we need to launch a new movement. 이 민주당 개새끼들 are always framing normal patriotic conservatives as 국유. Today, let's do the same to them and frame them as 국주화. Actually, it's not even a frame. It's a fact. They are, without a doubt, completely insane 국주화 groups. The moment we think we've won and let our guard down, those 국주화 민주당 people will be plotting something in the background. So don't let your guard down. Stay vigilant and keep fighting. 오늘의 한 줄이야. 국주화 정소. Yesterday, the public prosecutor's office completely collapsed. Their attempts at manipulation and suppression have failed, and the people are no longer falling for their lies. The power of China's troll army is finished. The truth about Korea's fraudulent elections, and even the spies hiding within the People Power Party, have been exposed. Now we stand united with overwhelming public support, ready to join forces with the United States and confront China head-on. With Trump soon returning to the White House, the Korea-US alliance will become stronger than ever, and China will have nowhere left to stand. The public prosecutor's office has no power left. Their latest attempt ended in complete failure yesterday. What little authority they clung to has crumbled, and the people have now seen the true face of the leftist forces. The Korean people are no longer silent. They are fed up with lies, enraged by fraud, and taking action to reclaim their freedom and democracy. The left no longer has the power to manipulate public opinion. Even their last remaining strongholds are falling apart. China's troll army, which once dominated the internet, has lost its power. Their fabricated narratives and lies are now useless in the face of an awakened people. The Korean people have opened their eyes, and China's troll army's tactics no longer work. Their voices have been silenced, and the voices of the people are now taking over public discourse. The efforts they once made to control online opinion are now backfiring and dismantling their own influence. The impeachment crisis wasn't just another political incident. It has revealed the identities of the spies hidden within the People Power Party. Those who secretly colluded with the left and betrayed the people can no longer hide. The people now know who you are, and they are ready to clean house using their own power. The first battle to secure Korea's future is to eliminate internal enemies. Trump is returning to the White House soon. This is more than just a comeback of a political figure. Trump has been the key figure directly challenging China, and his return marks a crucial turning point for Korea as well. When the Yoon administration and Trump's leadership work together, we will face China with unparalleled strength. Together, we will safeguard freedom and democracy across East Asia and the world. Now is the time for the Korea-US alliance to become the most powerful force in history. Korea no longer falls for the lies and manipulations of the left. The collapse of the public prosecutor's office, the shift in public opinion, the defeat of China's troll army, and the exposure of fraudulent elections and internal spies, all of this marks a turning point where Korea stands ready to protect freedom and the rule of law. There is no time to wait. We must go all in and secure victory. The unity and determination of the Korean people is the answer. 여러분, the Democratic Party is once again destroying the standards of South Korea. They initiated impeachment proceedings against the president, accusing him of treason and violating the Constitution. But then they quietly removed the treason charge. How is this acceptable in a democratic country? When the process is this flawed, shouldn't the National Assembly vote again to ensure procedural legitimacy? Here's the shocking part. The request to drop the treason charge didn't come from the Democratic Party itself. It came from the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court has already become the lapdog of the Democratic Party. The trial hasn't even started yet, but when the prosecution and the judge are already on the same team. How can anyone call this a fair trial? Is this South Korea's idea of judicial justice? Or is this another political game for the leftist forces? The Democratic Party initiated the impeachment based on treason, one of the most severe charges imaginable. But by removing this core accusation, they've undermined the entire basis for impeachment. Meanwhile, the Constitutional Court is enabling this absurdity by siding with the Democratic Party. How can we deny the suspicion that the Constitutional Court is actively supporting this farcical impeachment show? How can any citizen trust the fairness of a trial when the outcome seems predetermined? The Constitutional Court should be the last bastion of law and justice, but now it's nothing more than a tool for the leftist political agenda. The court has already lost the trust of the people. How can the public accept any decision from a court that has abandoned fairness? If the Constitutional Court continues to act like the Democratic Party's lapdog, the rule of law and justice in South Korea will completely collapse. Dropping the treason charge isn't just a minor incident. It's clear evidence that South Korea's judicial justice no longer exists. The Constitutional Court must stop serving as a pawn for the Democratic Party and restore its fairness in the name of the Constitution. If it doesn't, the people's outrage will be directed squarely at the court. A constitutional court that fails to protect the Constitution has no reason to exist.